being in Hollywood, you've acted with a lot of different, guys in the business. You've done movies with some of the best, and we talked about one time which movie you were in, which was my favorite, the one with Channing Tatum. What is the name? Fighting. Oh my God, the way you played in that movie. I watched it multiple times because of how we talked about it last time. What did anyone in the business tell you about faith? Are there a lot of people that believe in God? Is it more those who don't? Is it more, because, I'm curious, like, you're on the set. Okay, guys, we got a 3-hour break. You're sitting there with somebody that you're doing a movie with. What are some of the most profound things any colleague told you about relationship with God and faith?
Well, most of them have lost their faith. They talk about God because it's a good talking point, I like to thank God for all of these things, but they never identify, everybody, a God is anything that you worship. Some people's God is money because they do anything for it. They'll sacrifice themselves. They'll sacrifice their children. Some people's God is lust, and they're willing to sacrifice all of that. A God is something that you will trade everything for, or you turn to, when you're doing nothing else. So most conversations on set, are as shallow as you can imagine, because these actors, they're scared. They're scared. We come into the business because, not that we want to perform, but we're hoping to be validated. We're hoping that, so the kids that tease me in school will know that he's an important person. He's somebody worth listening to. So when you're on set, most of them has had to trade in a lot of their beliefs and the things they hold precious to themselves, because they're to get into that place, to get into that business, that it makes them not want to talk about faith because they feel short in themselves. But they don't realize that all you got to do to wash yourself is truly just to wash yourself. Every day you go to sleep, it's like death. You're dying. You die according to your sins, and next morning you're able to wake up with a fresh head. Now you can go and be a grave digger and go dig up the bones from yesterday and follow it. So the conversations I have with people is mostly about, you got to remember that God renews. I am what I shall become.
Who is the best example of somebody you watched? Like what you said was mind-boggling. You never slept with anybody in the business, never. You said you laid in bed with them, and one of them asked you, don't you want to know what it feels like to be inside of me? And you said, I already am, right? By the way, when you said inside of me, you know where it took me, Rob? You know that movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall where he's singing inside of you? Do you know which one I'm talking? He's hilarious. Inside of me. He's singing. He is so funny. But was there anybody where you're like, man, what a devout, disciplined, a man of faith or a woman of faith to be in Hollywood? Was there any one example where you were blown away by?
No, because most of the girls have had to trade so much to get there. They know that that's part of the transaction.
100% of them?
Yeah, like the interesting thing was Nia Long once. Not that we dated or anything, but we were doing this movie Butter. I mean, Nia, I give her a lot of credit because she's probably responsible for me being the actor I am today. Because Nia would constantly go, and anytime she was on a project, she'd be like, you need to bring Terrence here. Who's Terrence? Oh, he's dope, da-da-da-da. Well, one day we're on the set and we're flirting. And we talked about, okay, let's hang out afterwards. And so I get in my car and I'm like, okay, so, where do you want to meet up at? And she's like, if you think I'm going to let you come home and have your way with me, you got something else coming.
She said that.
Yeah, but she said it in a good way because there was an attraction there. But She was like, and we've been great friends for 20-something years since then. Another girl, she's not an actress.
And Nia Long is a dime.
She's
gorgeous, yeah.
She's a whole dollar.
Yeah.
She is a whole dollar. She was, but the integrity, the foresight that she showed, because afterwards we knew it wouldn't have been a forever relationship.
That didn't make you want to pursue it even more?
No, it made me like, I dig her. I dig her for
That's
seeing the
Stop
truth
right
of
there.
it. Yeah, she spoke the truth. She spoke the truth.
Was she with somebody at that time? Or
No,
both of you guys were single?
we were both single.
And is she married to? I don't know if
She's married. She was married. I think she got divorced recently, but
Wow, interesting. Okay.
but that one got me.
Who else? You were going to say somebody else.
I'm not. I don't know.
Okay. So when Nia Long to me, Nia was, oh, wait, she was with that coach?
Yeah,
You got to be kidding me.
yeah. She ended up marrying him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And he had some controversy tied to him. He was.
Yeah. I mean, you got all the girls there around you. I don't know what happened, but something happened. But just the fact that she had the integrity and the foresight to say, no, this isn't going to go where, she was really looking for love at the same time. One of my best friends, or someone that used to be my best friend, a girl named Stephanie Baklaan, who we met to date. But then we got in the car, we smoked a joint, and sat there in front of the parking lot and ready to go somewhere. And we realized we were going to be buddies for life. And so I ended up sleeping on her couch for 6 months when I didn't have work or anything like that. And that's where John Singleton came and met me. And I ended up getting Hustle and Flow. She was a really good person, but that came as a result of us having an attraction, but recognizing that the attraction, just because you're drawn to somebody doesn't mean it has to culminate in sexuality, and sometimes we go to that base. Oh, wow. Yes. Nicole Ari Parker.
What happened?
We were doing a movie together, and we kind of felt like, oh, you know what? We're playing boyfriend and girlfriend, and there was a bit of an attraction. And we're sitting there laying in bed, clothes on, but watching TV. This is long before she met Boris or anything like that. And we looked at each other like, what are we about to do? And we laughed, and we've been super close ever since, Marvin Gaye's daughter.
Nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Listen, some people are watching this saying you're a saint. I mean, this is
No, not a saint.
So you believe in men and women can be friends without having sexual attraction? And
Well, you have the attraction, but you just don't act on it. And if you feel something like if I feel like I have a great attraction towards somebody, I was doing a movie with this girl Nikki. I forgot what's Nikki's last name. Weird.
Nicole was in Boogie Nights?
Yeah, she's in
Nicole
Boogie Nights.
Nights?
Yeah.
Who was she in Boogie Nights? She wanted to be a Boogie Nights. Oh, I didn't know she was in Boogie Nights. And by the way, just so the audience knows, your wife is giving these names.
Because we've talked about it.
I'm sure.
We've talked about it.
It's cool.
I dated Marvin Gaye's daughter for a bit, and we never slept together or anything like that. But, I'm more of a, I want to get to know who you truly, truly, truly are. And then you try and take your walk to see there's Nona. There's Nona. And they respected her because
nothing happened. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Have I ever laid in bed with a girl when I was single watching a movie? Science was. Listen, you have. What was the phrase, Rob? He shared earlier. The 1,200.
Emptying your storehouse.
Emptying the storehouse. Wow. So emptying the storehouse, you're able to control protecting that storehouse in these moments.
I just knew that it wouldn't turn out the way I wanted it.
How did you know that, though?
Because you know your prey. You know what they'll taste like. You know what it'll feel like. You know when you have a perfect connection with somebody. That.
How can you tell that?
Pheromones. Your whole body responds to them. It's no longer a head game. It's a soul game. And if you wait for that, then every interaction you have, like all of these girls, that like when they started talking about me and domestic violence, and I'm like, all the people that know me have to know that that's not who I am, and whether they accepted it or didn't, it didn't matter. But I was like, but the girls that know me out there, when they called me, said I was a slut or, a womanizer and all that, and I'm like, No. You're associating me with the characters that they've made me play. And that's been the hardest thing, is showing that there's a differentiation. Just because you make me play security guard doesn't mean I'm a security guard. You know, I may be a gardener at home. I may be all of these things. Just because I'm play bank president doesn't mean that I'm, that I'm fiscally or financially mature or any of those things. This is just what I do throughout this day.
So hard, though, on this side.
Hi, everyone. My name is Terrence Howard. I'm an actor, but in the field of science also. So if you would like to connect with me, you can connect with me on Connect. The QR code is down below, and let's have a great conversation.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.